Hi Libra, welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I do want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as always, keep in mind as we proceed, it is a general reading and it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it, but I do more than appreciate the love and support, the likes, the comments, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. I don't know why, but your reading has been so difficult to get going, to even channel the messages at times. But I do feel like you're going to be very sensitive in the next 48 and surrounding it in regards to how energy affects you, potentially in regards to certain comments, criticism, stuff of that nature, especially online. Don't take things to heart. Just kind of discard what doesn't feel productive to focus on. You just saw what was happening to me. You might be feeling these moments come to be when you're spacing out a bit up in your head at times. There are going to be moments when you're very absent-minded and just kind of out of it once again, a bit up in the clouds. I do feel like things are changing for you for the better moving forward. Oh, the overall message you got, are you ready? Your choices are leading you to so much abundance, And I really do feel like there is a highlight at certain points in the next 48 in regards to one, if not multiple, important changes you made recently in your life that is leading you towards different levels of abundance. All right, I want to say a lot more money flowing in for the Libras drawn to the reading, more success for your business and or job. You could find that there's a lot of love flowing in for you moving forward. I do feel as if you are a bit in the spotlight in the next 48, but then there are times when you just choose to be in your hermit mode, potentially simply due to the fact that you're feeling a bit out of it, a bit drained, needing to heal. But I do feel as if you are looking good either way, and people are admiring that. Okay, your personality is shining. Yeah, I get a sense of a bit of nervousness, okay? And do recognize when that's not actually your nervousness. There is the potential to be spiritually messed with in the next 48, so that could be tying into all of which. But we have change, focus, hunger, and patience from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck coming out. The last time I tried to get this reading done, we did get the Beauty card, but I feel like you're also getting some focus, some attention in regards to how wise you are from people online, people in person potentially when it comes to your work. I do feel like you're being reminded of how wise you are when you trust your intuition. Naturally, again, there being a highlight on the fact that say you left that job and started a new one or are about to begin a new one. I can relate if you left a living situation for more comfort, for a better situation for oneself. You're being reminded these, or even if it's say you left a relationship or gave somebody another chance or started a new one, you're making the right choices for oneself, so don't second guess them and trust that you are being guided through it all when it comes to your intuition once again, but also your spirituality. Just because you're spiritually messed with for some drawn to the reading doesn't mean there isn't spiritual guidance in a positive sense. But naturally the change card is coming out because I do feel like this is a huge highlight. Things are changing up for you moving forward in a beautiful way. But again, if I didn't mention already, things are going to get busy, okay? Say you're taking on extra shifts or that job or your business is growing exponentially or just at a comfortable pace. Naturally, you're going to find yourself getting quite busy, having a lot more on your plate. And so needing to tap into those abilities to manifest more, to manage, to balance things out. You are Libra, right? Representing balance, as they're showing me a scale. But I also feel like, bear with me, as I am spiritually messed with. But I do feel like you can handle it being drawn to this reading. So don't second guess that, okay? You're meant to be busy moving forward, but there's a focus on what you feel the need to focus on at certain points. And if you look at that butterfly, there's thoughts of focus on your transformation, how something is transformed over time. Say it's a business you've run for a while or whatever it is for you, how your craft or your skill set, your talent has transformed over time. But I really do feel like your connection to the moon is taking a highlight and you're feeling quite, it's like you're very centered, very grounded at certain points and then completely lacking that at certain other moments, okay? As I struggle completely. But I do feel like there's a hunger, okay? I do feel as if you need to remember to replenish oneself by eating, drinking enough H2O, enough water, don't overconsume in other ways. But I do feel as if there's a hunger for more money, for more success, more connecting at certain points, but it feels more so a hunger for success, okay? 505, look up the angel number meaning. But I do feel as if there's a need for an immense amount of patience with oneself, with your thoughts, especially if Spirit's speaking through your mind, patience with energy, with other people, with distractions, with when it comes to messing with, when it comes to things just not going perfectly as planned. It reminds me of the fact that I've had to start your reading over, I want to say 10 times, okay, between yesterday and today. But I do feel like either way, you're being pushed to recognize or remember there are good vibes ahead when it comes to who you choose to associate oneself with, when it comes to that job you're continuing or taking on, when it comes to people feeling very drawn to your overall way of being, your energy, your personality, your good looks. But I just feel like there's, again, a lot of success lying ahead for you. And I do feel like there's a focus on one, if not multiple birthdays in the next 48 for a lot drawn to the reading. And they're also saying with that balloon, there's celebration lying ahead. Beautiful. But do understand that things can't be the same moving forward, at least in a lot of ways. Let's pull from the Light Seers deck. Shake it off is now what I'm getting. Shake it off. I feel as if your voice could go really high at certain points and then you could lose your voice at other points, like I have been a few times in this reading. But I also feel like you may be a very vivid dreamer being drawn to this reading, and that's taking a highlight. At times it's helpful, but it feels like the majority of the time it's just overwhelming. You're about to see a savings increase, but I also sense there's a focus on where your control lies. So these tying in quite nicely together, because I do feel like, yeah, as you do need to have patience with certain factors outside of you that feel out of your control. Just take a deep breath and try to adapt, go around things, come back to your work or whatever you're trying to accomplish when the energy feels better or there are less distractions or less disturbances, less noise, however it ends up working for you. But I also feel like that these two cards tying in together as well, the Four of Pentacles and the Change card, because I do sense that the next 48 is highlighting the fact that certain changes are out of your control, or one change that you're making or made is leading towards other differences in your routine or in your life in general that are not within your control, right? Say you're beginning a new job or taking on a new position, or things are changing in the work environment outside of your control. There are going to be certain rules and regulations, the way it's run, or just who you work with, things that you can't necessarily tweak or control, or you just have to kind of roll with the punches, but it's going to bring you more abundance all the meanwhile, right? Take the good with the bad is what I'm getting. The Knight of Cups, because I feel like there's somebody on your mind, male or female, but I feel like for a lot this is a masculine. But I do sense that there's just a lot of romance on the horizon for you, but it feels like career and money is going to be outweighing that to at least an extent. But again, you don't need to pick and choose which one you deserve. Look at that, the Six of Pentacles, the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. I do feel like there is a lot of passion in the next 48, and I feel like at certain points when you feel less nervous and less messed with, the energy feels lighter, more comfortable. Breathe, because it's just going to feel refreshing, right? And this reminds you that you deserve the best when it comes to where you live, who you surround oneself with, stay connected to, what job or career situation or situations you keep or take on in your life, right? You deserve the best. But it feels like you're manifesting a lot. If it is a new position for you or a new opportunity, it could be a new business for oneself or a new expansion, more success for oneself in general, you have manifested this, okay? But it's your hard work paying off. It's this feeling that you know what you're doing and you're doing it well. And I feel like you're being reminded, as there are moments in the next 48 where you do find oneself expecting the worst due to your past, due to just what's been proven to you, shown to you, certain levels of messing with. It could be people you don't consider as good people. But anyways, I do feel as if you are manifesting quite efficiently at this time. So do tread carefully. Check oneself. When you feel this negative mindset, perspective, expecting coming to be, snap out of it, right? And I mean that in the nicest way possible, in a productive way, right? Take oneself and communicate to yourself, I need to be thinking positively, or just find something else that is going to leave you feeling happy, positive, right? Meaning to chuckle at certain points in the next 48. They're making me think about when I feel a bit negative or just out of it, a bit moody, I end up being pushed to watch TikTok. For me, there are just some hilarious people on there, some ridiculous stuff that just gets me out of my head, out of my mood, out of my funk, and then I start laughing, and you know what I mean? It's good vibes in that sense for me. But I do feel as if you know what that is for you. But it just feels like the next 40, you may find at certain points you have a lot going on, and at other points you have very little going on. But again, enjoy the peace at certain points, the simplicity again, as things are transforming for you moving forward. And Spirit's saying, are you ready? Because your choices are leading you to so much abundance. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48, and I'll see you next time.